So you know what makes me really angry? Is it when I leave the clothes on top of the laundry basket rather than putting them in the laundry basket? No. But why do you do that? I mean, you're so close. You're on the laundry basket. You just have to... Doesn't matter. What really makes me angry is the thought that today, when it comes to writing, businesses are still struggling to stand out, get the attention of their ideal customer and reveal value in an authentic way that sounds like them. No sales speak, no corporate speak. I know that this is a problem for businesses because I did a survey. Geek. Look at me, I'm Amy, I'm doing a survey. Hello, can I take 5 minutes of your time? It wasn't like that. It was an online survey. Business owners, self-employed freelancers, service professionals, coaches, consultants took to the survey to tell me what their biggest frustrations were when it came to writing persuasively in their marketing. Sorry. What I found was that the majority of challenges fell into 3 main categories. Number 1, how do you get your customers' attention with your writing? Without annoying people or being pushy. Would you be interested in buying some clown repellent spray? Number 2, how do you write a compelling and persuasive argument that reveals the value of your offer? Buy this used trainer. Not part of a set because let's face it, matching shoes is so last year. Love the neon shoelaces which actually stop your foot from falling out. I'm getting a bouquet of aromas of 18 miles in the rain, a late night netball practice, stepping in dog do. It's yours for only $29.99. Without sounding like a late night TV commercial. You bought the trainer, didn't you? I really did think that matching shoes were so last year, but now I just limp everywhere. And number 3, how do you stand out? How do you tell a unique story about your business without sounding like everyone else? I'll take the top left one. She's hot. So I want to help, and this is what this video is about and the next 2 free videos that I'll be releasing. If you're not familiar with me, my name's Amy Harrison and I'm a copywriter and content trainer. My background to writing persuasive copy for businesses wasn't the traditional marketing route. I actually started out by studying script writing for film and television for 3 years. Good one, Kubrick. Yeah, great framing. Amy's big screenwriting adventure, take 1. At the time I wasn't quite sure how learning to write popular content would help me in a career. Especially by the end of the course I decided I no longer wanted to be a scriptwriter. But now it's more applicable than ever because businesses are realising that they've got to start creating marketing materials that people actually want to read. In my role as a copywriter and content trainer, I've written for entrepreneurs, I've coached business owners one-to-one, and I've worked firsthand with international organisations to help them write more persuasive, more compelling content. But here's the interesting thing. I saw exactly the same challenges and struggles to writing persuasively from individual business owners to huge corporations. And those challenges kept coming up in the survey. How do I stand out? How do I get my customers' attention? How do I sound different? The other interesting thing that I found was that whether you are selling a life coaching session or a £20,000 piece of software, the process for writing persuasive copy stays the same. The business details will change, the tone of voice will change, the customer details will change. But the process of revealing the value in your offer and building a compelling argument follows pretty much the same system. This is a system that I call Write with Influence, but I'll be talking about that a little bit later. Before then, I want to give you some free tutorials that will help with these 3 big problems. So the first one we're going to tackle is how do I get my customers' attention with my writing? Let's hit some slides. Hello, this is Amy Harrison from Write with Influence, and in the next few slides we're going to look at how a small change in your writing can help you improve getting the attention of your customer when you're writing your marketing materials. So first of all, I want to look at a common problem that business owners have when they think about getting the attention of their customer. And one of the problems is actually knowing what to say. How do you start that piece of content? What do you talk about? What part of the service or your offer should you mention to get them interested rather than just have them ignore your writing and walk away? The next problem that I often see is the spray and pray method. So this involves writing absolutely everything that you can think of about your product in the hope that something will stick, something in all that content will get their attention. Obviously, it doesn't really work like that because you're battling with people's attention spans. People want relevant information very quickly. So even though there may be something within that content that they really love, they don't want to be digging around and looking for it. You've got to get their attention within seconds. So how do you do this?
Well, some people worry that they need psychic abilities, that they need almost like a sixth sense to see inside the minds of their customers. And they find it quite difficult to imagine, well, what are the hot buttons of my customer? What can I press in order to get a positive reaction from them? And the other worry is that you're going to need a huge budget, that you can only really write marketing materials that get the attention of your customer, to spend a lot on in-depth research, research projects, focus groups and studies. Now, as a small business, you don't need either of these things. So, phew, sigh of relief there. You do need to know a lot about your customer, but it's nothing that you can't get from talking to people that you've worked with in the past, or asking people who fit your target buyer profile, talking with them and asking them for details as well. So when we look at tackling the problem of how do we get their attention from the word go, let's look at what happens in the writing of most business marketing. Here's a pretty typical statement that you'll see at the beginning, or at the top of a lot of sort of written marketing materials, and it's telling customers what you do. In this case, we provide email marketing software for small businesses, or it might be offering social media consulting services, or perhaps providing discount deals for brides, as one of my good friends in business is doing at the moment. So this is something that we see very common, and if you're a small business and you're writing this, you probably look at those statements and go, yep, I can see that they're not really punchy, but what can I do with them? And the problem really comes down to the fact that when you write like that, when you tell people what you have, you're selling the thing and you're not selling the transformation. Now, some people with that word transformation, they have a hard time thinking, about the transformation that their product has. They think maybe, it sounds a little bit grand. I offer copywriting, or I offer web design. I don't really transform my customer's life. And this is usually because people are far too humble about what they do, and they tend to undersell the value of what it is that they do. And, if transformation is a little bit strange for you, we're looking at impact or change, because really transformation is what drives your business. At some point, you saw someone struggling, and it was with something that you could help with, and you thought, I can solve that problem for them. I can take that problem away. That is the transformation that we're talking about. Now, I want to make it clear that facts are important. The fact about what you do, that you offer social media services, they are important. But when we're talking about getting attention from your customer, that first few moments of getting them interested, it's the transformation that has the biggest impact. One way to think about this is something that I call the customer's morning thought. So it's quite unlikely that your customer, when thinking about the problem, wakes up in the morning and goes, I just wish I had some social media consulting services. That's what I need to sort out today. I'm excited just thinking about it. They don't tend to jump straight to the product. They're not thinking about the thing. What's more likely to happen is that they're thinking about the transformation. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't love what you can do for them. It doesn't mean that they're not interested in your services or hearing about your services. It just means that when you're thinking about getting attention, when you're thinking about really making an impact in your writing, your customer is asking from you, what can you do for me? What will the impact be? And so in a morning, they're more likely to think along these lines, so we're looking at a business owner who would be a perfect fit for social media consulting. And it might be that they're thinking, I just wish more people knew about my business. I'm sick and tired of doing everything I'm supposed to do, social media, blogging, emails. It's overwhelming, and I've still not had any inquiries. I'm so frustrated. I'm seeing other businesses getting tons of attention online, and I know I'm just as good as them and deserve to do well. And I'm annoyed at all the confusing advice. I don't even know if what I'm doing is going to work. And as the slide shows, there is an optional at the end of this thought before they then move on and get their coffee. Now, this is where it is really valuable to chat to your customer and get them to tell you how they feel about their problem. Get them to talk to you what their thoughts are about the problem in their own words, because this is when you come up with statements like this, and this is a rich resource of great content that you can use to have more impact and influence on your reader. So in this instance, what is the transformation? What positive changes are taking place? Well, having more people know about their business, that would be interesting to them. Ending the overwhelm of online marketing, all the things that we could be doing, but what should we be doing? Getting more inquiries, catching up with the competition, feeling like they're on a level playing field with people that previously or currently they feel are racing ahead. And, getting exposure, getting more attention that they feel they deserve, and knowing exactly how to spend their time to see the results that they want. So how do you find your transformation? So in your business, there are 3 areas that are great starting points to start thinking about the transformation, the impact that you have. 1 is immediate results, number 2 is emotions, and number 3 is future opportunities. So, with immediate results, I want you to think about what's the before and after picture of your customer. When you work with them, when you solve their problem, what does their life look like when that problem goes away? So, what are they no longer struggling with? What is much easier than before? What can they do that they couldn't even do or think about doing before because of you? So, even if you get a sheet of paper and write before and after and just jot down all the things that are different because you came into their life with your product or your service. Now, the next with emotions, every decision we make as human beings they're made on emotion. And that's a whole other lesson in itself. Fascinating, but at this stage, what we want to know is that emotions are very persuasive, emotions are very influential in your writing. So think about, again, looking at your before and after piece of paper. Think about, what were they feeling before you got there? What were they, were they frustrated, annoyed, embarrassed, angry? What emotions were swirling around in relation to their problem? And with that problem gone, in your after column, how are they feeling now? Have they got peace of mind? Are they calmer, more confident? Are they relaxed? Are they stress-free? You get the picture. So again, we're building up this before and after, but now we're looking at their emotions, how they're feeling. And then finally, look at what the future opportunities there are. And you may think that the real value is in the immediate results you have, but think long term. What long-term opportunities are available by having you solve their problem? How much time are they going to save over the next year because of you? How much could their business grow? What options or what doors are open to them that weren't available to them before? So let's have a little look just very quickly at a high-level view of the examples that we saw before. So on the left-hand side column, we've got the thing. We've got email marketing software, social media consulting, and discount deals for brides. So, these aren't definitive. These just are ones that I came up with off the top of my head. So looking at the results column, email marketing software means that you can attract people that love what you do, you can keep in touch with them, and by building that relationship, you can keep in touch with people that may not have been ready to buy, but you can then eventually turn them into customers. Now, how does that make a business owner feel? It might make them feel a lot more confident about their product, that they're building this pool of people that have registered an interest in what they do, and they can keep in touch with them. Again, that might make them feel in control, and maybe even influential. And further down the line, this means that they can build a community that is waiting to hear from them about their business and about what they do. So what impact does that have? Well, that could make it really easy when you're doing future launches, if you release new products, that you can go directly to the people who've already said they love your business, and you can get in touch with them and see if they're interested for your latest product. So let's look at the next one then, with social media consulting. Well, that could lead to the results there in the second column, generating leads and sales. Getting that visual result of seeing people talking about your business. And with that, it the emotions, the knock-on emotions could be pride. You know, people are talking about your business, they're sharing content that you've written. That can make you feel quite proud. And if you've been struggling to get the message out about your business, that could also come with it relief and peace of mind. And then further down the line, what are those long-term impacts? You know, those long-term opportunities? Well, increasing your exposure and your public persona, that can really help you build your image around your business, and that might open up opportunities for you to become an industry influencer. Maybe you find yourself being asked, called upon as an expert in the media, depending on what your industry is and what you want to do with your business. And finally, with discount deals for brides. So, what's the result for a bride if they can go and find discount deals? Well, maybe it's that they get really high quality products, so they're not searching around wedding fairs. They can just go to one site, get high quality products, find them all in one place, and also know that they're going to get a discount. So that can bring with it less stress, because planning a wedding can be very stressful, even some excitement. Maybe they were able to get products that they thought were out of reach before because they were too expensive. And it makes the process fun, shopping around without having that stress. And the future opportunities for this one, it might be that they know they're going to have that memorable day, and knowing apparently that there is a lot of competition between brides who are friends, maybe there's even a little bit of pride that they're going to have something exclusive, that they're going to get discounts that maybe their friends didn't have at the time. Maybe they'll have things that their friends weren't able to have, and so they stand out. They have this really memorable day. So I've said it before, but it is worth repeating. The facts, the thing column is still important. What you offer, the facts, the features about your product and service, they are important, because that shows you how you're going to make the transformation. But to get attention, you want to lead with impact. And this is an exercise that I've done in all the workshops that I've done throughout Europe on persuasive writing. And what I ask people to do is, build this table for your, related to your business. And, in the left-hand side, name a couple of different facts and features about your business, and then look at, for those individual features that you've picked, what are the results? What are the emotions around achieving those results? And then what are the future opportunities? And the yellow area that you're seeing, this is really your area of impact. And what I tell people is that if you are leading with the information that you see in these boxes, if you're leading with that information rather than leading with your about what you have, that is going to help you improve the chances of getting the attention of your customer, because you're talking about the things that they are already thinking about. Remember the morning thought, they are thinking about the problems, they're thinking about how they feel about the problems, they're thinking about the things that they want. We are simply matching that up, what they want with what we're talking about in our writing. So hopefully this has helped. I'd love to go into more detail, but this is just a very sort of short, to the point presentation that I wanted to give to you, and this is just the beginning. So this video is definitely a good exercise that can transform your writing and how you approach structuring your writing, particularly when you're thinking about that opening, when you're thinking about getting the attention of your customer. So what do we do next? Well, there's 2 more videos to come that will deal with the big challenges that business owners have around persuasive writing in their marketing materials. So if you haven't done already, on this page you'll see a sign-up box where you can register to get the next video. So as soon as the next video is out, which will be in the next few days, you will get an email saying that, hey, it's ready, it's time to watch. And the next video that we'll be looking at is once you've got their attention, how do you then create compelling content about your offer? And it's going to be based on understanding and identifying the 15 elements of influence and showing you how you can use that in your writing to make it more persuasive. So thank you very much for your time. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. What I would love to know from you is, what is your thing in business and what is your transformation? And if you're struggling to get to the transformation, pop it down in the comments, let me know, and I will come along and help you out. All right, take care. Till next time.
Before you go, I'd love you to do 2 things for me. First of all, leave a comment and let me know what is the thing that you offer, but also what is the transformation. And if you're struggling to get your head around the idea of transformation, pop it in the comments and I'll dive in and help. The next part is, if you haven't already, don't forget to register on the sign-up form in this page. And then I'll send you an email and let you know when the next video is out, which will be in the next couple of days or so. Till next time.